Hey guys, I wanted to take a few minutes to kind of go over your research project, and I know this is a huge undertaking. So when you come into your stuff right here where it says research paper overview, I'm going to post this slideshow with every assignment that you have because this right here is like your research packet. Okay, so instead of giving you the paper packet or giving you a doc that's 100 million pages long, we've taken it into a slideshow. So if you click through here, it gives you kind of an overview of what research will be. And there's a couple important points in here. It is a semester-long research project, so we're going to work on it in stages over several weeks, okay? But eventually, you're going to put all these pieces together to create a 6 to 8 page problem solution essay. And because this is a graduation requirement, and if you do not do this paper, it is designed so that your grade will drop and you will fail the class if you don't do the paper. Due dates are really, really important, okay? Because with research, if you fall behind, generally I found whether we're online or in person, students have a hard time catching up, okay? And I've taught this research paper for about 10 years now. So I've seen it in person and I've seen it online. If you fall behind the due dates, it's really hard to catch up, okay? But this is a graduation requirement and you will have to retake the class if you don't do it. So that might mean that you're going to take it as summer school or after spring break, you may have an extra after school class where you're taking English 7 again. Okay, so please take this seriously. And because I'm breaking it down into these different stages, I'm hoping that it will be a little bit more manageable for you, okay? So you're going to see here we have this kind of board. It's got directions up here. And so we have different resources to help you. So it says to start here with your overview. And this is going to take us to a separate slideshow where the first thing you're going to see is the due date calendar. So if you know that you have an assignment due on February 1st, but you're like, oh, I'm not going to be here, you are responsible for turning that in on time. Because you have all the due dates ahead of time, your absences, being absent is not going to make you have extra time, okay? So please make sure you plan accordingly and communicate with me if you have any issues. So you'll notice that assignment number 1 right here is due today. It is just an acknowledgement of the research information that we're going over. But then our next assignment, we're not going to start until the 27th of January. We're not going to have it due. So we've got a little bit of a break because I wanted to introduce it and then let you kind of think about problems that you see in the world. So we're not really going to dive into starting the project until a little bit later, but I wanted to get us started. Okay, so you have all of the due dates here, and you'll notice that the final paper is due March 1st. If you turn it in March 2nd or March 3rd, you will get points taken off. And after March 3rd, I will not accept any papers at all. And that's basically what all of this is saying. It's giving you dates about the research paper needing to be complete by certain times, 10% off if you turn it in on the 2nd, 50% off if you turn it in on the 3rd, and I will not accept papers after the 3rd. Okay, and the final paper itself is worth 20% of your grade. It is counted as your final exam for this course. So please remember that this is a huge piece, and these are all going to be turned in through Canvas. And the rest of this slide just kind of goes through each piece of the paper so that you don't really have any surprises, but I will be going over each piece as we go. Okay, so the first one that we are going to do is our acknowledgement right here, and you're just going to acknowledge that you understand the requirements. Okay, but you can look ahead and see what all the papers are going to encompass if you want to. So that's your overview, but the most important part here is this first slide with all of your due dates. Okay, and again, you click on the overview button to find that calendar of due dates. Okay. So then you'll notice that we don't have any links for like assignment 2, assignment 3. That's because we're not ready for these yet. I will be opening them as we get ready to turn them in. So the only thing you're going to have right now is the overview and assignment 1. And to get to assignment number 1, you just click on it, and it takes you straight to this Google form that you will need to fill out, and then make sure you hit this submit button right down here, and that gives it to me. Okay? And it's basically just, do you understand the parts of the research paper that you're going to create a 6 to 8 page paper? You're going to have to use outside sources. You understand the due dates and the late requirements. If you have an incomplete paper, it won't be accepted at all. It's really huge part of your grade, and you have to finish it in order to pass English 7. And then we have a little thing right here about plagiarism. Because we're using Turnitin.com, it gives you kind of a report, and it says a percentage if something is taken from the internet. It doesn't include what you quote. So if you just copy and paste stuff from the internet, I don't count that. You plagiarize. If you plagiarize anything on the research paper, you get a 0. So please be careful with that. And then just the final acknowledgement. Yes, you understand. No, you don't. If you mark no, you don't, please reach out to me with questions. And then you just hit that submit button, and assignment number 1 is done. Okay, but again, you access this here through that link, and it takes you straight to the form. Okay, the other thing I want to point out is I have a link here about how to submit using Google Drive, in case you forget how to do that. And then once we start doing our papers, there's a video here about how to submit using Turnitin.com, which will connect with our Canvas. And then I also have a link here to all of my YouTube research videos. But I want to give you a warning. If you do go ahead and look through all of these that I've already posted, note that some of the dates will be off because I've already created them for last semester. So I will be trying to update them as I go, but I won't be doing that until we get ready for it. So if you hear different dates, just remember that your due dates, again, are right here in this overview, and we're going to be working on the paper until March. Okay, so that is the research paper overview for the packet and the directions for assignment number 1, which is due tonight. Please reach out to me if you guys have any questions at all.